I think it's probably the diversity. There are so many different people here from different places and different countries. I kind of expected to rock up here and not really feel like I fit in anywhere, but nobody fits in anywhere really, and so we all just kind of come together and it's really nice.
I love the boarding community in St Swithun. Obviously it's a huge part of being an overseas boarder, but it's so nice because everyone is so welcoming. You're all in kind of a similar situation and you end up making really close friendships.
Probably I really like the relationship that students have with teachers. It's different to the ones that we have back at home because you're so much closer with a teacher. There's a lot of personal relationships and there's just a bond that I can't really describe, but it's like a mentor and a mentee and it's so comfortable. Yeah,
it feels like you can just send them an email whenever you need help with anything and they'll reply like quite quickly as well, so it's really nice. Yeah.
And the teachers are still there for pastoral care and for your well-being, and they do genuinely care about you, so that's really nice.
Well, neither of us are very sporty, but when I joined in lower 5, I played lax for a bit, and even though at first it was a bit questionable skills, it was really fun anyway. They do split it according to your skill level, so I was fortunately with a bunch of people who were just as lost as I was, so it made the game more fun. And recently, in summer anyway, we get to play rounders and that's probably one of my favourite sports.
Yeah, I've been really getting into football recently. I do it for about 2 hours a week and it's so much fun. I'm not very good, but I like running around and screaming at people and attempting to kick a ball.
Yeah. And in, I think, middle 5, you get options, so you get to have a choice on what sports that you want to play, and that kind of exposes you to a lot more, so it's not all just lacrosse and netball all the time, every week.
So I play the harp and the piano, and my first instrument is the harp, so I play that in symphony orchestra, which is really cool because I never played in an orchestra as big as this. And it was just really interesting because I played with strings but not with like the brass instruments, the wind, and it was so interesting because there are so many people from such different skill sets and levels, and it was really nice to interact with them.
It's quite difficult to choose, but I like all the sciences. I'm doing them all for A-levels, and one of my favourite parts about it is that all the practicals that we get to do, we do them relatively regularly. It's a bit different now because of COVID, but the school has a lot of resources and yeah, they're really fun to do and the teachers are all really supportive. And I also like that we've got small classes because that makes it almost easier to learn.
Yeah. So I don't do any sciences or maths, but I'm a humanities student and my favourite subject's probably history and English. So I think probably one of the biggest factors for that was the library, which we're in right now. There are just so many books and there's so much that you can get your hands on. And if you want a book, you can just ask and they'll find it for you. And it's amazing because you have so much at your disposal. So yeah, I love my humanities, basically.
Well, at the end of last year, I started a sort of academic journal for the whole school, but it's got work by the upper years, so upper 5 and above usually, and it's all themed around something that's quite relevant to global issues, things like current things that are happening. So the first one I did was on COVID, and I've been working with Dr. Mack, our head of enrichment, with that, and that's been really fun to see the work that everyone's done. And it's nice to sort of celebrate the extra things that some people do, because the work that's all been put in is stuff that people have done outside of their school time and the work that they are meant to do. Yeah, so that's quite cool.
I've started thinking about doing an EPQ, which is something that they offer here at Swithun's, an extended project qualification, and again, linking back to my history and English, I'm thinking about doing it on the Gothic genre and how it's changed through our history. The programme is really good here. There are so many teachers that you talk to, and you talk to real professionals about your work and you get to present it. And you can write an essay, or I think I'm probably going to try and write an introduction of it, my own Gothic novel, and see how it goes. So that's exciting.
I did Combat Fit for quite a while. It's been paused for now just because of COVID. But I really liked it. I think I've been doing it since middle 5. At first I started doing it because of D&V, which is another thing the school offers, so that's quite fun. And I also do astronomy with one of the physics teachers after school, and that kind of helps with the physics that I'm doing now, and it's also just pure interest, so it's, yeah, the school offers a range of co-curriculars, so that's really nice.
I'm in symphony orchestra, which I've mentioned before, but I also do art. I don't do art as an A-level, but I did it as a GCSE and I've really missed it. So sometimes I'll just pop over to the art block, and there's so much there, and all of the teachers are they're so willing to help you, even if you're not doing the course. So sometimes we just I just pop over there with my friends and we'll just do a little painting, have a little chat, and it's a lot of fun.
It's quite difficult to summarise the entire experience in a few sentences, honestly, but one thing to take away is just everyone here is so welcoming, is so open, the whole community is really diverse. It's a nice environment to be in. It's the relationships here that matter the most, and the friendships you build with each other, both boarders and day girls. I didn't mention this before, but in sixth form you get to integrate a lot more with the day girls, and it's really nice to just have that entire community at your back, and even the teachers as well. As we mentioned before, you've got the pastoral care, academic care, and yeah, I think that's what Swithun's is really offering here, and that's what I like most about it.
It's offering a lifetime worth of relationships that you're never going to forget.